CWL Week 6 gave us some very exciting wars, perfect 3 stars throughout, some incredible upsets. It was all here, guys. We're going to recap Week 6 for you in today's video. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans content, but I tended to bring this week as part of my Elite Gaming vs 2 Hive stream a lot of league statistics and updates within the war, and I thought it would be quite nice for you guys to see a review as well as to where things stand after Week 6. We do indeed have some replays going on in the background by Elite Gaming and our victory over One Hive 2.0. You can see very much at the top of the league there, Spartan's Legacy and Forbidden still right at the top, 6-0 for both clans. Forbidden getting the bye against Cold September. Couple of shoutouts before we get into the wars itself and the specifics. WHF getting the perfect war against Buy Forever. That was incredible, guys. I was lucky enough after Elite Gaming stream to jump on over to King of the North on Twitch to see that happen as well. Brilliant stuff. They were up against a lot of anti-2-star bases and really got the job done against Buy Forever. So amazing work to them. Clantanamo Bay getting their first victory of the season right the way at the bottom. Nobody was expecting them to get the victory over Mariana Trench. I mean, credit to them. We'll get into the wars as we go down. Why don't we start with Elite Gaming and One Hive 2.0? That is what we have the replays on in the background, so let's bring up the statistics. Now, Elite Gaming came out firing, guys. Town Hall 10v10, we had a phenomenal hit rate at first. I believe we were around about 70-80% initially. Towards the end of the war, started struggling a little bit more. We had a very nice lead on One Hive in terms of attacks remaining, but we really started to struggle a little bit towards the end of the war with the 10v10 game. We had so many 11s in the bag though, ready to just capitalize on that. As you can see, our 10v11 game really getting it done. Had the first dip fail of the season, guys, but again, very much able to get the war done. 2 Hive pushing us towards the end, but them Town Hall 11 attacks really came in handy. Even had a couple of extra ones once the war was done for practice. That means that we are now 3 for 3. However, we actually remain static in the league at 10th position. So let's move on to the next one. Let's go to Mariana Trench and Clantanamo Bay then. That incredible upset. Clantanamo Bay obviously struggling so far in the league, losing their first 5 matches. Mariana Trench right the way up there as well towards the top of the league. Really just weren't able to get it done here. The percentage win by Clantanamo Bay. I mean, you can see the statistics. Mariana Trench not quite up to their standards they have been in previous weeks, equaling on 10v10, 8v8. It was really just the 10v11 game that differed very slightly, but again, an even war throughout in terms of the statistics aren't that much different, guys. The 11v10 fail for Mariana Trench might have cost them there. Obviously, I haven't been into the war itself to see exactly the breakdown of where these stats were. We just have this courtesy of War Match, but a brilliant victory for Clantanamo Bay, and congratulations to them on that one. I don't think many people had Clantanamo Bay picked on their pick'ems. Now, a brilliant war that I was following right the way throughout and very much on the stream as well was Spartan's Legacy versus One Hive. One Hive really put it to Spartan's Legacy. I gotta tell you, if anyone was going to make a comeback like this, it was Spartan's Legacy, and how they did it, you have to give them credit. I mean, all the way throughout the day when I was watching this, One Hive were amazing. Their rates of 10v10 was phenomenal. So much better than Spartan's Legacy, but they came through. You can see their 11v11 game really helped out at the end there. The 10v11 game is what really turned the tides within this war. You can see One Hive, although their 10v10 game was on point, 48% hit rate, 2 out of 8 in terms of the 2-star at 10v11, so really struggled at that area. Spartan's Legacy able to get that done very effectively, and although their 10v10 hit rate wasn't as good, still managed to get the 11v11s at 80%, 4 out of 5. That is incredible. I can't believe they made such a comeback, but again, it's very difficult when you're not actually in the war. I wasn't clear as to who had attacks left, you know, what the exact breakdown were. The war match obviously does give you a very nice rounded statistic as what's happening, but it doesn't necessarily show the true picture. There can be bases that are sit literally unhit, and that can very quickly get stars back on the board. So another brilliant victory for Spartan's Legacy, just really going from strength to strength. I feel for One Hive in this war. A rematch of the semi-finals last year. One Hive got the victory on that. However, prior to the season, Spartan's Legacy had got the victory against them. So could we see that happen again this season? Only time will tell. One Hive, still very impressive stats. I don't think they have much to worry about in terms of that. I'm sure they will pick themselves up for the next one. So let's move on to One Hive Genesis versus Dark Looter Z. I'm a big fan of One Hive Genesis. I have some friends over there, so I was really rooting them on for this one, and I'm so glad they were able to get it done. You can see their 10v10 game was absolutely on point. 12 out of 29. I mean, not the best statistics in the world, but that is brilliant stuff. Certainly an improvement on a lot of different clans throughout the league. And again, the 9v9s getting the job done. It was really the 11s where they struggled towards the end. However, they had created the ability to hit them 11v11s. And obviously getting the ability to transfer 1, although Dark Looters basically had 4 attacks less than One Hive Genesis, they still got that 11v11 game. It really was, though, that One Hive Genesis just had the better percentage throughout, and I am happy that they got the victory. Good job to them. But Dark Looter Z, I mean, I cannot believe they are 1 for 5, guys. 1 victory, 5 losses is just insane to me. They actually took Elite Gaming in the first week. That was their victory, and what a victory it was. Went right the way to the wire, but they have had that against them as well. Some of their defeats have been ever so close. Another percentage defeat for Dark Looter Z. I mean, it is starting to slip away from them, really, but I can't believe it. They're such a strong clan. They have just been very unlucky. I hope they do come back and really come back firing next week. Moving on to North Watchers over Warzone. Again, I don't think many people would have picked this. North Watchers, a fierce clan mind, certainly new, and to be honest, that's what I love about Invite this year. That's how I'm getting so involved in this as well, is because anyone can beat anyone. I mean, Clantanamo Bay taking out Mariana Trench, no one predicted that, guys. But North Watchers, again, they really had this in the bag. I mean, right the way throughout the war, as you were looking at it, they just had that edge on Warzone all of the time. You can see getting the 11v11s done towards the end as well, but their 10v10 game so much better as well. Like we said, as we were streaming Elite Gaming versus One Hive and we were flipping to and from, the 10v10 game was just phenomenal. Just ahead of Warzone as we went through it. Not quite getting as flawless on the 10v11 game as Warzone did, but again, they created them opportunities at Town Hall 11v11, and that is how the war tends to be broken down, or at least from what I'm seeing, it is basically, well, it's who can convert the most Town Hall 11s most importantly, but it tends to go down to who can create the most chances. Then you have that better option of converting them. So a brilliant victory for North Watchers, and let's move on to the next one. So the next one, I don't think there was too many people wrong on this one. I think a lot of people expected War Whales to get the victory. North remembers getting 3 out of 5 11v11, so brilliant stuff, but as you can see, clear as day, it was the 10v10 game that this war was lost. 6 out of 30, only a 20% hit rate versus War Whales 45%. I mean, many of you guys know how strong War Whales are. Any of you guys that watched my stream over at Elite Gaming will have seen War Whales really, you know, putting it to us a couple of weeks ago, and again they've just done fantastic there. North Remembers struggling across the statistics, to be honest, in relation to War Whales, and not surprising, the 4-point victory. I hope North Remembers do start to, you know, find their feet a little bit more in the league, but War Whales again just going from strength to strength. A really good victory for them on that one. Moving across then, we have Reddit Omega versus Kansha. Kansha getting a lot of the stars on the board early on, and it was very interesting as part of my stream. When we first started, obviously we streamed for around about 2 hours. We saw that Reddit Omega, you kind of thought their statistics were a little bit better, but they had 20 stars behind, and over the course of the stream they just kept on getting it done and getting it done. And as you can see towards the end there, really coming out, creating them 11 opportunities, and that is what got them it. Again, the Town Hall 10v11 game, so much better on this one than Kansha's, making sure they could get the 2 stars so that they could then use the dip attacks to help their 10s, create them 11 opportunities, and it was that Town Hall 11. Again, this is me looking at war match and the statistics of the war. There might have been other stars left across the war because I cannot see exactly where it was, but again, the 11v11 is there where the difference in the score is. They had it on percent anyway, so again, a brilliant victory for Reddit Omega. I don't think many people would have put Kansha in the pick'ems, to be honest. They have been struggling a little bit. Reddit Omega, obviously one of the top clans in the league. So again though, just look at how close it is. If we quickly have a look over at the league standings, you can see you know, Kansha and Reddit Omega are actually quite close there. Reddit Omega, I am kind of forgetting, did get off to a very sore start in the league as well, but you know, you can see how close these wars are in fact. So moving back across, if we go to then the final one, WHF versus Bye Forever, and man, what a war this was. 100%. Again, I was kind of flipping to and from with the wars, and WHF, you could just see, I mean, they had 4 out of 5 Town Hall 11v11, then it went to 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7. It was crazy. The hit rate was nuts, and again, managed to catch the end of it on King of the North stream. It was very, very exciting. Bye Forever onto a losing streak on that one. I mean, how can you top a perfect war? They put up a good fight. I mean, 12, 10v10, 3 stars, 3 out of 7, 11v11. Fantastic stuff. Again, the 10v11 game was on point there, putting up a great fight. But I mean, WHF, congrats to them in terms of getting it done. And that basically wrapped it up in terms of matches this week. So as you can see, Spartan's Legacy and Forbidden still at the top. War Whales with that victory moving up to 3rd. Warzone dropping down to 5th, leapfrogged by one Hive Genesis. They are doing incredible, guys. WHF continuing to go from strength to strength, going to be real competitors there. That loss did hit Mariana Trench quite hard. However, we should say as well, Cold September pulled out, so Forbidden got the automatic victory, and a few of the clans at the bottom there, obviously Dark Looter Z, I can't believe they're so far down the league. But that wraps it up for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this one, a little bit different. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out, guys.